I don't want us to be the best city in Florida. I want to be the best city globally and known as a tech hub throughout the world. And we have the people here in this community that want to not just go for the ride, but they want to drive.
I'm Bobby Torres, and today we're at the Orlando Economic Partnership meeting with the busiest person I know, David Adelson. We're going to be demystifying the life of an entrepreneur and community leader. Why? Because David is probably the most experienced entrepreneur I know, and he's just been so instrumental to the growth of the technology community here in the region. You're the busiest person in Orlando right now, I think. Everybody wants a little piece of David. I think mostly because we got something big coming up, MetaCenter Global Week. So tell me about this change and where you're at right now.
Yeah, we got a lot going on. And thanks for sitting down to take the time with me. It's been busy to say the least. You know, we have MetaCenter Global Week coming up. We just launched Innovate Orlando, which we can talk about, of course, but MetaCenter Global Week is going to be phenomenal. You know, this city has been waiting for its own true tech and innovation global conference that we get to own year in and year out. You know, come October, we have already brands lined up like Sony and Meta and Amazon and Qualcomm and a lot of our regional brands coming together. But this city is just going to have an amazing week, and we're already talking about what's going to happen next year. So we're looking to make this our staple for many, many years to come. You know, I moved here in 05, and when I moved here in 05, it was actually to manage the old Peabody Orlando, if you remember, with the Ducks. And I came down as their regional director of sales and marketing to open the property for a huge expansion that we were doing, about a $1.6 billion expansion. And in the time I was there, saw some market opportunities and created my own company named Intelity, which still exists today. And I led that company from idea for 13 years until I sold the company to a private equity firm. But that company grew from an idea to 300 employees and 7 offices throughout the world, and was represented in every major hotel brand in the world. And it was definitely a gem of my story for sure.
So I've gotten to know you a little bit over the last couple of years, and I feel like you're somebody that I connected with, and I had to ask myself, like, why did I connect with David so quickly? And I think there was just a part of you that was like, he's an entrepreneur. Like, he gets it, he's been through the struggles, he understands it. And for me, going through corporate America and then starting my own company, there's a rocky path there. So that transition from being an employee, even a leader as an employee, but being an employee to being a leader in your own company, what was that like for you?
Yeah, you know, you learn all the things you don't know. And when people think that success is a straight line, it is the false statement you could ever have. So, you know, I went through all the trials and tribulations entrepreneurs go through. I lost my house, I lost my cars, I was out of money and couldn't afford my staff. I stressed out from payroll cycle to payroll cycle and went through my investment turns and had to manage my cash burn until we became a truly profitable company. But even after you become profitable and scalable, you still have mouths to feed. Yeah. You have employees, and you have families that you become attached to. And in my 12 plus years as the CEO of Intelity, my average tenure for staff was over 9 years. And I took pride in my employees and the contributions that they made, because my success was only through theirs, and very, very keenly aware of that. So I understand the entrepreneurial journey. I have empathy towards it because I know it's not easy, and I know it's not easy to begin something. I know it's not easy to manage and scale something, and it's not easy to exit something either. And a lot of people don't talk about what life looks like even after exit, but you know, it's also reinventing yourself once again. So I have been here to witness the evolution of tech and innovation, but I've also witnessed what I would like to see different within our community. And that's what brought me into this position today.
There's billions and billions of dollars spent here every single day on tech, innovation, tourism, defense. So those things, it wasn't out there, and I think to be honest, most of the conversation I've had over the last 9 years were around how do we do better PR? It wasn't how we changed the business ecosystem. It was like, how do we do better PR? Because we have the pieces for big business, for opportunities, for the city to be this kind of place where things can grow, especially technology. But we were just missing kind of the megaphone to do it.
You know, and you bring up such a strong point. We have all these amazing industries here. When you look at the Orlando market, it's bifurcated with a lot of different sectors, but those sectors are leading sectors. But we haven't had a great way to talk about it. And it's not that we haven't had the right people, we just hadn't had the right time. And when I look at where we're at now and what we've been building towards, and even post-COVID, you know, I mean, there was such a migration of people and companies and talent that were coming into this region. Then we started to receive awards as far as paying our tech salaries higher and best place to start a business. And then we started really seeing where Web 3.0 was going and some of these new technologies. But then when you peel back and you look to see of all the things we already have, it was just putting a bow around it. Yeah. And that bow is the MetaCenter. And, you know, and not that I want to make the comparison to Silicon Valley, but Silicon Valley started in the 1970s from this tiny little company named Intel moving into the Valley. But you know what? In Silicon Valley, it's not silicon. I mean, that's not what's there anymore. I mean, it is a base for software and imagination and innovation happening there. That's what the MetaCenter is here. And I think we've just been waiting for a collision of time. And now the next phase in all of this is taking all of that into this entity, Innovate Orlando, which Innovate Orlando is and you speak about marketing and public relations, the Orlando Economic Partnership, the City of Orlando, and Orange County all came together and said, we need to invest in tech and innovation and create the proper narrative and ride on the wins that we have today, like things like MetaCenter and MetaCenter Global Week and all the other great things that we do, ride on those wins and put together a proper entity that can market it, do public relations for it, and also unite all of the other specialists that we have in this region into one strategic plan. And that's what Innovate Orlando is designed for.
If I have anything to say about it or contribute to, I want to see that, right? As a tech and innovator myself, I'm here to stay. Right? I think a governor before the one that we have today said something about Orlando's value proposition is low taxes and sunshine. You can't beat that, except the fact that when you talk about Orlando, throw on all the facts that we have just a booming industry, a community that is so collaborative, it's hard to say. You have to come here and experience it because it's just part of one of those things that can't be marketed. Once you're here, you feel it, you come to MetaCenter Global Week and you meet those people that are already doing it here, you're like, wow, this is a little bit different. What are these guys, what Kool-Aid are they drinking? It's collaboration.
Yeah, well, you know, and look at 302 Interactive. I mean, here you guys are right now, just here. This isn't about 302, this is about telling the story. And, you know, that collaboration and that excitement and that passion, I believe is contagious in our region. And I think the companies here and the people here are the reason we are at this moment in time. And the next chapter that we're about to write, this book that we're about to create, that's going to be Tech and Innovation for Orlando, will be created by the people and the companies that live here. And that is absolutely exciting to me. While I look at this as my hometown, I look at this as where are my kids going to set up their business next? And when they're ready to set up their business, they're going to set it up with an ecosystem that supports them from idea all the way through to exit. And that will end up serving them and their generations long term.
We've been pretty serious this whole time, but I really been trying to wrangle you in so I can play, right? So we can have some fun.
Absolutely.
So I guess let's go do that. Have you ever played Jackbox?
With my kids, I have.
All right, so you're an entrepreneur, right?
Yeah.
All right, let's go see how you can pitch this.
All right, let's figure it out.
All right, so what we got here is patently stupid. Well, we're gonna basically pitch crazy ideas that we come up with.
All right.
And have to sell to our amazing audience.
All right, so my problem here is that this person is not looking forward to work. So I've invented, don't bitch, but beach it.
Okay.
So here we have this dude sitting at a beach in his chair, changing his environment so that he can look at the ocean, work from there. The chair has Wi-Fi. and it also has wheels at the bottom so he can roll himself into the water whenever he wants to, and then come on back. So now this guy wants to get up and go to work, and he's no longer complaining, but he's beaching it instead.
We've got a serious problem on our hands. I grew up in Jersey. I know the cold. I've had to shovel snow, and now I've moved to Florida. And what did I learn on that path to solve this extremely challenging problem that everybody has? You'd think a sweater is going to solve that problem, but no. Today I present a Miami personality. Over the last 10 years, I've learned from the people in Miami and put together this patent system to keep you warm in whatever climate you have. The Miami personality. It will leave you with this warm sensation that radiates from your body to all of the people around you. When it's cold, think like Pitbull and be a fireball. Thank you.
Yay!
Congratulations, you clearly have the gift of invention.
So David, we talked a little serious, we did a little play. Thank you for fitting me on this busy schedule.
Yeah, man, thank you. Thanks for taking the time, and thanks for doing this. It's so important to our community that you reach out and you're hearing other people's voices, so I'm just proud to be here with you. Thank you.
All right, thanks again, man.
All right, bud. Yeah. Do safe.